Tonight I want to tell you a story from a small quiet American town, a place where the roads curve gently between tall maple trees and where each autumn the leaves fall like fading memories. The people of this town move with the calm rhythm of routine. They know each other by name. They wave from their porches. They share stories at the local diner. But beneath the stillness of this peaceful town lies a night that changed everything. The night when 12-year-old Noah Bennett never made it home from school. Noah was a quiet boy, gentle and bright, with soft brown hair that always fell onto his forehead. His laugh was warm, his kindness was easy, his heart was softer than most children his age. He loved sketching superheroes in the margins of his notebooks, and he dreamed of becoming someone strong, someone brave, someone who could protect people the way the heroes in his drawings did. He lived with his mother and older sister Lily in a small yellow house at the edge of Willow Bend, a neighborhood where children rode bikes until sunset and where porch lights flickered on one by one like guardian stars watching over them. On the last Friday of October, Noah stayed after school for a small art club meeting. He had been working on a drawing he wanted to submit to a local contest, a picture of the town's old bridge crossing the quiet stream behind the school. When the meeting ended, the sun was low, the shadows long. Noah packed his folder, took his backpack, and waved goodbye to his teacher. Then he stepped outside into the chilly evening air, beginning the familiar 7-minute walk home, a walk he had taken hundreds of times, a walk that should have carried him safely to his mother's waiting arms. Lily called him just as he reached the sidewalk. She often did that on late days. Her voice was teasing and gentle, asking when he would reach home, and Noah laughed quietly, pretending to be annoyed. He told her he was almost there. He told her the sky looked beautiful. He told her he could see the corner where the old maple tree stood, its branches curved like giant arms reaching toward him. Then the call suddenly cut off. Lily tried calling again, but Noah did not answer. She tried a third time, and this time only a quiet rustling came through, like footsteps brushing against fallen leaves. Then nothing, no voice, no breath, no sound, only silence. At first Lily thought it was a connection issue. Maybe his phone battery died, maybe he put it in his pocket. But when 20 minutes passed and Noah still did not appear, their mother felt a strange tightness in her chest. She stepped outside, calling his name through the dimming light. Her voice echoed across the street, but the road remained empty. She called again, louder this time, but nothing came back except the distant hum of the wind. When neighbors learned Noah was missing, they stepped out of their houses with concern pressing into their faces. They knew this town, they knew its safety. This was not a place where children vanished. This was not a place where fear lived. But as the minutes turned into hours, fear began to grow like a shadow, stretching long and dark across the hearts of everyone searching for him. Police arrived, flashlights cutting through the darkness. They retraced Noah's path from the school to the sidewalk to the bend in the road leading toward the old maple tree. But halfway down Cedar Lane, the officers found something that made every breath freeze. Noah's backpack lying on its side in the grass, the zipper half open, his sketchbook poking out, its corner bent as if it had fallen in haste. There were scuff marks in the dirt, small dents shaped like hurried steps, and then suddenly nothing. The trail ended as if Noah had stepped off the visible world and into silence. Lily stared at the backpack, trembling. She knew how carefully Noah carried it. He never dropped it, he never dragged it. Her mother collapsed to her knees, clutching the bag to her chest, whispering his name as if her voice alone could pull him back home. The officers tried to calm her, but even they felt the weight of this moment. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. Search teams spread out through the night. They combed the woods, the creek, the playground, the old bridge Noah loved drawing, even the abandoned barn near the edge of town where teenagers sometimes snuck in to graffiti the walls. But they found nothing, no clothing, no papers, no footprints, no phone. It was as though the world had swallowed a child whole, leaving behind only questions and fear. The next morning the entire town gathered at the school. Volunteers lined up in rows waiting for instructions. Someone brought coffee, someone brought blankets, someone brought hope. But hope felt thin and fragile, like the threads of a spider web trembling in the cold wind. Noah's teacher cried softly, holding his unfinished drawing, the one he had been proud of, the one he never got to complete. Officers reviewed cameras around the town. The school gate camera showed Noah leaving the building. The corner store camera captured him passing by, his backpack visible on his shoulder. Another camera pointed toward Cedar Lane showed him walking until he reached the maple tree. Then just 1 second before he would appear in the next frame, the video glitched, flickered, and returned to normal. But Noah was gone, vanished from the path, as if the space between those frames had swallowed him. Technicians studied the footage but found no tampering, no hacking, no explanation. They could not understand it, and neither could the town people. Whispered that Cedar Lane had always been strange. They whispered about the old maple tree, about the boy who drowned in the creek decades ago, about the way the air felt heavier as you approached the bend. They whispered about accidents, about sightings, about shadows moving where no shadows should, but whispers were not answers, and answers were all the Bennett family prayed for. Days passed, then a week. The search grew desperate. Drones flew above the woods. Dogs searched every trail. Boats combed the creek. Officers questioned everyone who lived near Cedar Lane. One neighbor said she heard a noise that evening like someone calling softly. Another neighbor said he saw a white van near the bridge, though no van was recorded on any camera. Some people said the town had a dark past. Others said it had ghosts. Others said the truth was simpler and far more terrifying. But then on the 12th day, just as hope began to wither, a jogger found something near the stream, a single shoe half buried in the mud. It belonged to Noah. The entire town held its breath as the shoe was lifted into evidence bags. Noah's mother wept uncontrollably, saying she knew he was nearby. She could feel him, she could sense him crying for her somewhere just out of reach. Search teams focused on the stream, searching underwater through reeds around the rocks, but again no sign of Noah, as if the shoe had simply appeared there, placed intentionally, or carried by something unseen. Weeks turned into months. Winter coated the town in cold, quiet snow. The Bennett family decorated their porch for Christmas but left a single candle burning in the window. Every night a candle for Noah, just in case he was searching for the way home. People visited, bringing warm meals, leaving flowers, writing cards, telling stories of how sweet Noah was, how gentle, how kind. But grief settled deep into the home, heavier than any winter storm. Then something happened that shattered the stillness of that grief. In February, an envelope appeared in the Bennett's mailbox. There was no return address, no stamp. It should not have been deliverable, yet it was there. Waiting inside was a folded sheet of paper, and on that paper was a single drawing, a drawing of the old maple tree beside Cedar Lane, drawn in Noah's familiar style. The curved lines, the shading, the delicate strokes only he could create. At the bottom, in small shaky handwriting, were the words, "I am close." The police seized the note, analyzing every inch, but they found no fingerprints. They could not confirm if the drawing was truly Noah's, though his mother insisted it was. She recognized the way he shaped the branches, the way he shaded the shadows behind the trunk. The family felt a faint spark of hope, but also a deep trembling fear. If Noah was alive, why had he not come home? If he was alive, where was he? Was someone holding him, forcing him, making him draw? Was he sending a warning, a message, a clue? More weeks passed and more envelopes appeared, each containing another drawing. One showed the creek at twilight, one showed the old bridge under moonlight, one showed the school building from behind the trees. Each image was peaceful, gentle, even beautiful, yet each one carried a chill through the town. Like Noah was seeing these places from far away, watching but unable to reach them. Then one evening in early spring the final drawing arrived. This time it was not a place, it was a person, a tall figure standing near the bend of Cedar Lane, the maple tree behind them. The figure had no face, only a blank shape of a head, shoulders, long arms. The clothing looked dark, maybe a coat, maybe a shadow. Noah had drawn a single line from the figure down to the spot where his backpack had been found, the line ending with a soft trembling circle with two words written beside it: "Help me." The sheriff declared the case active again. Search teams returned to Cedar Lane. The entire town gathered, lighting candles along the road. People prayed, whispered, cried, their breath forming pale clouds in the cool night air. The maple tree stood silent, unmoving, watching as if it held its own secrets tucked in its roots. But the truth of what happened to Noah Bennett has never been found. Some believe someone took him, someone who knew the path, someone who avoided the cameras, someone who lived in the quiet spaces between the town's familiar roads. Others believe Noah was dragged into a place darker than anything they could imagine, and the drawings were his way of reaching across that darkness, begging to be found, begging to be saved. Today people still leave candles near the maple tree, each flicker a small hope for a boy who loved superheroes and believed in the power of light. No one walks Cedar Lane alone at dusk anymore. Children hurry past the bend, heads down, hearts racing, and every now and then someone claims they hear footsteps behind them, soft and urgent, like a child trying to catch up. But when they turn, there is nothing, only silence and the rustling of leaves whispering the name Noah Bennett, Noah Bennett, Noah Bennett. And some nights, especially when the moon is thin and the wind is cold, the Bennett porch light flickers softly as though a gentle hand touches it, as though a boy is trying to find his way home, still searching, still calling, still brave in the shadows of a mystery that has yet to speak its final truth.